Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here in Novora Autism, and I'm going to create this video today because I feel like this is necessary for me to create it. There was a video that I was intending to put out for you guys instead of this one, but given what's happened over the course of the last couple of days, I feel like this video has to take priority, if for no other reason than the fact that I need to express some concern about something that has been occurring over the course of the last few days. And I really am finding myself in a bit of a difficult situation with this. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Well, as a YouTube creator, one of the most important things that we're always looking for is support from other people. And we're always encouraging other people to like our videos, to subscribe to our videos, and to give us their honest feedbacks to help make our content better, that sort of thing. But there are also people that will every once in a while come over and say, hey, I'd like to give you a shout out. Would you be okay with that? And I would say, yeah, that's fine. But the thing is, over the years, there have been many people on YouTube who have come and said that to me. And pretty much every single time that it has happened, in fact, every single time that it's happened, what they're pretty much saying is not what they do at all. They say that they're going to help me out, they're going to give me a shout out, they're going to give me some promotions to help boost my viewership and boost my subscriber content, and it never works that way. And I should know, because I've been doing this for 4 years now. I've been making YouTube content for 4 years, and I can only lay claim to having around 660 subscribers. That's one subscriber for every 2 videos that I have ever made on this channel. And now, all of a sudden, within the last few days, I have had a whole bunch of people come over to my channel, and they all basically say the exact same thing. And they all are people that have done the same thing as other people who have claimed to try and want to say that, hey, we want to help you out. But they all say the same things because, yeah, there's a trend that's going on right now these days among people who are getting into YouTube. And this seems to be especially true among people who are like British teenagers. And all of these channels that you see are from just that are in my spam channel, that are in my spam comments right now. They're all British teenagers. I visited all their channels, and they all basically say the exact same thing, and it's basically just a way to try and suck you in like all the other people who have done to me over the course of the last 4 years that I've been on YouTube. But these guys, they're a little different. These guys pretty much come to you and say, hey, we'll give you a shout out, but you have to do exactly as we say. So yeah, it's kind of like, I almost want to talk like John Oliver here, and kind of pretty much explain to exactly what they're saying. They're like, hey, I just came across your channel and I think you have a pretty good one. I think you could do better than that. And so I've started up a YouTube channel where I do almost entirely shout-out videos, where I give shout-outs to people, and I want to assure you that you will gain more subscribers if I give you a shout-out on my channel. But there are things that you have to do for me in order for me to give you a shout-out on my channel. And here's what you have to do. Number 1, subscribe to my channel. 2, be active on my channel. 3, like my channel, like my videos, comment on all my videos, like on all my videos, comment on all my videos, comment on the shoutout video that I was just out not that long ago, subscribe to the people I shouted out to, and they're all the same thing. It's basically, I'll do all of these things, and then maybe, just maybe, I will give you a shout out, because the problem is with these channels is that because these are shout-out channels, and that's pretty much the bulk of their content, the really frustrating thing about this is the fact that as they put out a notification in your comments and say, hey, I want to shout out your channel, the problem is that as more and more people subscribe to these channels, you get less and less of a chance to actually have your channel get a shout-out. Even if you do everything that they say that you should do, then you're still going to get less and less of a chance of getting a shout out on one of their videos, because there's going to be more and more people subscribed to these channels, and they're all the same people. The only people who would subscribe to these channels are people who are looking for one thing and one thing only: give me a shout out. And that's really frustrating with these teenagers, because most of them, in fact, I can pretty much just show you all of them, don't even have a clue as regards to how much people like this have screwed me over in the past. I can even give you one notable example right now, because I was thinking about this while I was at work today, and I thought of one very prominent example of me being suckered in by a Shoutout channel that pretty much did nothing for me, and for that matter, really did nothing for anyone else. There used to be a YouTube channel that belonged to someone whose YouTube handle was Chief Cheetah. And this Chief Cheetah sent out like a mass message to a whole bunch of YouTube people who were creating various videos, and this guy said, hey, I want to plug all of your videos, I want to plug all of your channels, and I want you to subscribe to my channel, and I will do this for you. I will give you a shout out, and I will support you. Problem was, he only put out one video that did this. He only put out a shout out video for one single person who is doing like a Let's Play of Pokemon X and Y, and that was it. He was never heard from again. And so because of that, it has given me, and this was 3 years ago, and there have been a lot of people who I've gotten messages from, just like these guys, who pretty much give me the same expectation, but now that they're stepping up their game and saying, hey, sub to my channel, like all my videos, comment on all my videos, comment on the shoutout videos, subscribe to all the people that I told you to go and have a subscription to, like all their videos, comment on all their videos. Oh, and don't forget, something else that I should also say is that one of the things here, put a comment on their channel and say, hey, this person sent me, and that is because of that, I'm giving you a comment, and I'm giving you a like, and I'm giving you a subscription. But the thing is, what if you don't like what they're giving you? That's another disadvantage about this, is that all these channels that you see, and some of the others that I'm also showing as well, these people all give videos on basically the same thing. And so when they're doing their shout-out videos, these guys are doing stuff that is pretty much the same content. Quite a few of them actually will do these shout-outs while they're showing off themselves playing video games. And so they're trying to create these shout-out videos, but at the same time, they're also trying to keep the focus on themselves as well. So what they're doing kind of distracts from what they're intending to do. And that's what's really frustrating about that in that regard. And having been around doing this for 4 years now, being on YouTube and getting suckered in by people such as these guys, it really is frustrating to know that these guys are all coming out of the woodwork and giving me a whole bunch of empty promises, because given what my experience was with Chief Cheetah 3 years ago and other people like him, it gives me no reason to trust people like these shout-out channels whatsoever. And obviously, given my experience with Chief Cheetah, can you blame me for feeling this way? I mean, it makes sense because of the fact that having been around for so long and having hoped for an opportunity to get some more subscribers, a lot more than what I currently have. I mean, if I could have gained the amount of subscribers that I had over the years that the people who do these shoutout channels said that I would have gotten, then there's no doubt in my mind that my subscription number would be a lot higher. It would be closer to more like, if I could trust what these people are saying, I'd probably have like another 0 on the right of my number of where my subscription count is. I'd probably have like 6,600 instead of 660. And if I was really lucky, then I probably might even have another 0 at the end of it and probably be like 66,000. And that would probably put me in a situation where I would have enough credibility here on YouTube where I could go and I could end up getting the opportunity to go on tour with all the other popular YouTube Let's Players who are out there, getting the opportunity to hang out at the various cons that they go to, getting to go to MagFest, getting to go to PAX, getting to go to MomoCon, getting to go to E3, getting to hang out with people like the Runaway Guys, like Masayanella, like Lucagen, and having the opportunity to hang out with people like the Completionist and Pro Jared and Gaijin Goomba and people like that. But that's not going to happen when people just give me so many empty promises that this is my subscription number, that this is the number of subs that I've obtained over the course of 4 years of being here on YouTube. And that's what really hurts the most. So I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, and you're right. I mean, given the circumstances, given the reputation of these shoutout channels, it's like, can you really trust anyone? And like I said, given the history of these shoutout channels, I would say no. Because by the time they do all these comments to people and they get out all their stuff that they need to tell people, even then, you pretty much have the same chance of winning the lottery as you do for getting a shout out from one of these shout out channels. And so it's really a crapshoot and you're lucky if you actually do get a shout out. Even if you do all these things that they're asking you to do, like on my own channel, comment on my own channel, sub on my own channel, sub on these other channels, like on them, comment on them. Like, there's still no guarantee that these guys are going to keep track of every single move that you make, and then they'll say, well, okay, maybe I'll give you a shout out. Because there's no guarantee. There really isn't. And so, and I am going to make it a point that these people that I just showed you, I am going to forward them this video so that they understand exactly how I feel about shoutout channels. And so I'm sure they'll probably retort and say like, well, okay, is there someone who has actually gained your trust? Is there someone who you actually trust to help give you subscribers? And you know what? There is. Allow me to show you. Let me go down my subscription list here to find the guy who I want to make sure knows exactly how I feel about him, because he's actually on my good side and he has actually come and helped me out when I needed it. And for that, I am truly grateful. This is a channel run by YouTube gamer Samriel. He has been doing Let's Plays like I do, and he is someone who does a lot of the same video game content that I do, especially when it comes to the Let's Play that I'm most well known for, the Final Fantasy XIV saga. And so he does these videos as well as I do. And the thing is that he's a really cool guy, is Samriel. He's really likable. He's really a nice guy. I've enjoyed listening to his commentary, watching his videos. He's a really cool guy. And the thing is that I have commented on his videos and about how much I enjoy Final Fantasy XIV as well, as much as he does. And he appreciates that, about the fact that I've been able to have a game where we have similar interests and we both are similarly having the same level of fun with that particular game. And the thing is that I've had the opportunity in the past to, and of course right up to now, to do various live streams of Final Fantasy XIV because it's what people wanted me to do. People wanted me to do live stream because it's always the number one question that I'm asked more than any other before I started doing it. Do you live stream? Do you live stream? Do you live stream? Do you live stream? And for the longest time, I couldn't. No matter how much I tried, I just could not, because of circumstances either with my streaming ability or with my capture card or that sort of thing, or my computer. It didn't matter. Anytime I attempted to live stream, it just glitched and it was a complete disaster. So when I finally was able to gain the ability to stream reliably with my PlayStation 4, then I was able to start giving the people what they wanted on a more reliable basis. But there's a bit of a catch to that too, because of the fact that most of my streams that have been going on since I launched doing them, what happens is that the same situation always occurs. There's a few people that come out, and they'll come out, they'll give a hello, they'll say, "Hey Matt, how are you?" And they'll say hello to whoever else is around, and then they'll leave. They only stick around for like 15 minutes tops, and they never come back. So that's pretty frustrating, and ultimately, like, I'm lucky if I can get 2 or 3 people who can stick around to watch the live stream after 15 minutes has elapsed. Which was really frustrating because people wanted me to live stream. I give them live stream, they only stick around for 15 minutes. Like, what's going on? So, on more than one occasion, someone like Samriel has been there for me. And he's actually, once he finished doing live streams on a few occasions, he's actually encouraged his viewers, his subscribers, to come pay a visit to my webcasts. And on more than one occasion, he's actually saved my webcasts. When I very well could have thought to myself, well, okay, there's only like 1 or 2 people here, and no one's commenting on anything, so I might as well just pack it in and call it a night. Samriel has been my saving grace on a few occasions, and he has brought over his subscribers and his viewers, and they start making the chat bar just light up with comments, and they're actually interested and engaged, and they're excited in what I'm doing, and they don't hesitate to comment on what I'm doing. They're interested in the game that I'm playing, and they want to know more about it. And that's what really makes it awesome, is that this is what makes Samriel so different from every Shoutout channel that has ever approached me, is that he does this out of the goodness of his heart. And because of it, I've been able to experience like spikes in subscriber count. Like if 7 or 8 people in one day counts as a spike in a subscriber count, but for someone in my situation, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal that he's done this for me, and he's supported me, and he's encouraged his viewers and subscribers to do so. And the best thing about it is, he doesn't ask me to jump through hoops, he doesn't ask me to bend over backwards. He does this without asking for anything in return whatsoever, and that's what makes him such a great person. It's a great testament to the person that he is, the level of character that he has, and he's been well rewarded for it, and deservedly so. His subscriber count at 12,700 is way more than any person who does a Shoutout channel. And that's the great thing about Samriel, is that this isn't a Shoutout channel. It's a regular Let's Play channel just like mine is. And that's what makes Samriel so much better than any Shoutout channel that could ever approach me. And that's why we become good friends. That's why I respect him. I trust him unequivocally. And that's why I will always be a supporter of him, because he was willing to be a supporter of me without asking for anything in return. So, for those of you out there who are watching this who have been approached by people who do Shoutout channels, and if they're asking you to do all these things, like, yeah, you may get lucky, and you might get some subscribers if you're lucky and you do all these things that they're asking you to do, and you are very lucky, because those Shoutout channels, they only do 1 Shoutout video a week, and they'll only show off like 3 or 4 people in a video. So that's not really much hope there for hoping that you can, out of thousands of people, hope that you get the Shoutout that you were looking for. But a person like Samriel, this is a stand-up guy. This is a guy that deserves to be respected, and he does support the people who do support him. And like I said, he asks for nothing in return, and I am so grateful to have a friend like this guy. He is a real badass and so deserving of my respect. And for those of you who are doing Shoutout channels, like, take notice. This is who you should be like. Yeah, all you British teenagers out there who think that you have it right, no, you don't. A guy like Samriel, he has it right. So that is going to be it for this little rant. And I'm sure that those of you who are in the same boat as I am, who have struggled to get the attention of a Shoutout channel, I know that you're in that same problem, because there are so many of us who have hoped to get a shout out from a Shoutout channel only to have empty promises thrown at us, even if we do everything that they say. So I know you're out there, so comments and let me know if you agree with me. If you do agree with me, give me a like, because that really shows us that we are a united voice. And of course, since you're watching this, subscribe to my channel as well, because this is where someone like me who has autism, who's trying to show myself as being an advocate, is really trying to show what it means to work hard, stay at it, and to never give up on their dream. Because thanks to people like Samriel, I never will. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And until next time, everyone, this is Matthew and Navora Autism saying take care, and I'll see you soon.